Hey guys, this is Richard Ehrlich. Welcome back to another episode of Rich and the Bull. I'm here with my good buddy, Nick Fortune, most commonly referred to as the Bull. We're here to help you think like the rich and sort out the bull so you can make smart and sound financial decisions. Today's episode is going to be talking about why most structure groups are no more than being just a simple and plain chop shop. Nick, why don't you help our viewers, help us understand what you see on a regular basis, since you are one of the leading authorities on structures.
Yeah, and I know that you see this too when an investor comes to you and presents their stuff and it looks like a sixth grader did it. And we spend 60% of our time fixing garbage that our competitors have done. Most of the time when we're talking to investors, entrepreneurs, business owners, they have no idea, first of all, what they even have, how it even works, because most people are sitting there just pushing a structure on them. They don't take the time to educate them. They're working inside of the wrong structure. They have no idea how to work inside of it, so they're not taking advantage of the benefits from them, and this causes a huge problem.
Can you help us understand just simply what exactly is a structure and what it's supposed to do?
Yeah, a structure could be entities or more than that. It's a series of entities or different things as far as types of either companies or corporations used in a process to accomplish goals, right? So they're used for asset protection. They're also used to help reduce tax liability. And in conjunction, this needs to be done with your estate planning and your whole back end. So a lot of times I see people have pieces where they have an entity and maybe a trust, living trust, irrevocable trust, all these different things, but they're just pieces. There's nothing talking to each other. The front end is not talking to the back end. They have no idea what it is that they have. They don't have things working together. And if they were not here and a judge or a jury or somebody was looking at what it is and trying to understand, there's no documents. They don't have custom operating agreements. Nothing is speaking to each other, and they have no idea how, in fact, this stuff works together.
That's mind-blowing. Can you share with us a little bit about maybe a recent example about somebody that came to you and they had this structure that they thought was what it was supposed to do and it wasn't?
I could tell you a simple thing and I could tell you a more complicated thing. So one of the most simplest things is just talking to somebody last week. I was talking to this lady and I said, "What kind of entity do you have?" And she says, "An S Corp." I said, "Well, how does it work?" She says, "I don't know." I said, God. "Well, how does it pay tax?" She said, "Well, I don't know." And I said, "Well, if you don't know how it works, how do you know how to work inside of it?" And she goes, "Well, I don't know. All I do is I go to the end of the year and I give my CPA my receipts." And I said, doesn't work that way. You have to work inside of the rules that govern it. So, but the biggest thing that we see is that when people come to us with their structures, they have these templated operating agreements. And one of the first things that I will tell all the viewers over there is never work out of these template things, okay? One of the problems I have is with companies like LegalZoom. Right? They go out there and they pay, people say, "Oh, it's $139 plus your processing and whatever, and you can have an entity anywhere in the country," right? And by the time you get your agreements made, your tax ID, your election, this, that, and the other, you paid $1,400 to $1,700 for this templated piece of crap. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't work. At the end of the day, when the rubber hits the road and you need your structure or your entity to do what it was intended to do, to protect you from outside liability, will it in fact do that thing? The other thing that we run into, the other issue that we run into, is most of the people that are sitting out there and that are these professed gurus in structures, they've never defended their setup in a courtroom. They have no idea how, in fact, it works. There's things that look good on paper. Oh, I have this entity that's over in Wyoming that has this holding company in Nevada, and I have a trust over here. Guys, people are selling you these packages. First of all, the thing that you need to do is run. There are no packages. Everything needs to be tailor-made.
Like customized, basically.
Right. Everybody that is watching this, you might be similar, but you're not the same. You might have similar situations or be in similar types of vehicles, want to do similar things with your money, but it's not the same. You have a different idea of risk. you have a different amount of money, you have different assets you're in, the whole 9 yards. And what you have to understand is when you talk to our group, you're talking to us, right? When you're talking to one of these chop shop mills, you don't realize that you're talking to some kid sitting in a cubicle that lives at home with his mom, that's sitting in there in a wife beater and a pair of shorts, that's never owned a company and never owned an investment in his life. And they're going out there and they're giving you advice on how to become a millionaire and protect your stuff. I mean, these are the people that you're listening to. They have this rebuttal statements in there, and everything is a mill. They want to bring people in there, bang these things out, and then you have no idea what it is that you're doing, right? So you pick up the phone. See if this sounds like you. The client picks up the phone and calls the people that did their structure, because they have no idea how it works. And then when they want to get advice for what they should have and already paid for in the beginning, now they want to sell you something else. And when you call back, they want to sell you something else, and they want to sell you something else. And most of the time, it's more stuff that you don't need, more stuff that you don't want, and you're just buying this in hopes that somebody will tell you.
Well,
right? Talk to you.
you know, it's so true. I think that the idea behind everything that we do, the planning process, is to grow wealth. And what I find, and you've done such amazing work for my clients, is saying, guess what? When it's done right, they have more money to invest.
Right.
And you know, we talk often about this, and the question we always ask to all of our listeners and all of our people that follow us is very simple. If there was a missing piece of information, a critical piece of information that was costing you money now or in the future, when would you want to know about it? Before you invest your money in one of these structured company chop shops, or after? And it's just so much better to be at the forefront of this stuff. I got to tell you, you know, I really commend everybody on this channel watching, because you're taking your financial future in your own hands, and that's really the essence of why we created Rich and the Bull. It's to have financial coaches, you know, Nick and I here to coach you through this, to have the questions, to sift through all the myths and misconceptions that are out there to help you make a smart financial decision.
And we have a fantastic team. I mean, the difference is between having some young kid that is going out there that has never experienced life, much less investments. I mean, some of the lowest educated people in our groups have been doing this 10 or 15 years.
That makes a big difference.
So you're talking to somebody that has worked with thousands of people over a decade or more, that are going to be able, because it's not just about us, it's about what's behind us, and our people are truly amazing. So when you work with us, you work with our people, it's one and the same, but you actually get to talk to us. These places that you're investing or going into, you never get to talk to those people. You're not getting advice from them. You're getting advice from a guy who's making $10, $12 an hour, and he's reading off a rebuttal screen, and you're hoping and praying that this good spent money that you put in, that you're going to get what it is that you paid for.
That's what the Rich and the Bull show is all about, helping you make the smart decisions before you invest your money.
And remember, guys, don't keep this a secret. You're getting these little nuggets out of what we say, and that's what we're here for.
Be proactive.
Be proactive. Get out there. Share this information. Like and follow us on Facebook. Subscribe to our new YouTube channel. Like us, share us, comment on us. Tell us what it is that you like.
Yeah, we want the feedback.
What are the things that you want to learn? What are the topics you want to learn? We've been in this game a long time. There's very little that has come our way that we can't reiterate and educate you about. And remember, guys, when you enter into a comment, we're going to enter you into a $25 raffle for an Amazon card. So stay tuned for our next episodes. We're going to bring you more and more of this information.
So awesome.
Better stuff directly to you, built for you, by you. Guys, remember, take the financial bull by the horns. Don't mess with the bull, but do share our information with your friends and family. And we look forward to seeing you on our very next episode.